Sup, bro?
Sup, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And today we are going to be reviewing the movie
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
We've already said that, didn't we?
They need to know.
Okay. If you like this kind of thing, if you like two brothers talking about movies, every week we do a new podcast and we talk about a new movie that comes out. This week we're doing Indiana Jones. Next week we're going to do something else. So hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube and follow us. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Also, if you like podcasts, you can find us on any podcast platform. Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, all that kind of stuff. Look us up. Do people even use SoundCloud?
It's dying.
That's kind of crazy, huh? That used to be the thing, and now it's kind of dead. How the mighty shall fall. Ivan, feel like my intro's kind of messed up, but it doesn't matter. Are you ready to grab that whip and put that hat on for one last time? Fedora. Ivan, the movie is
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Yes, but before we get into that, right before, lasting thoughts on No
Hard Feelings.
Yes.
Great
Which
question.
was the last week's podcast movie.
I saw there's a little controversy about it online.
Yes.
I think it just comes from people who haven't watched it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're saying like, oh, if it was reversed, it wouldn't be right. I'm like, yeah, obviously.
Right.
But I think people are like, there's never going to be like equality because it'll never be equal, like the power dynamics. So while obviously this is, and they're very aware of it in the movie, where it's like, this isn't really the right thing.
Yes.
Like she's obviously doing something bad.
Why do you think people are even trying to say if the roles were reversed, this movie would be
Disgusting.
negated? Like, why are they even discussing that? Are they saying like this movie should be negated in the first place because like if the roles were reversed, you guys wouldn't like it, so might as well cancel it before it even makes it?
I really think it's just them pretending in a way that they are better because they see like they're like virtue signaling. You heard that? I think it's like that.
I agree.
Just a lot more like a subtle version where they're like obviously there's something wrong here, but it's not that like the role reversal thing. Like obviously like
It's not detrimental to anyone.
yeah,
But
like,
they're still trying to find something wrong. Because to me, like, that's kind of virtue signaling is like you're trying to say something is done incorrectly, and this is how it should be done.
But in a way where you're like, oh, I'm a good person, aren't I?
And that kind of makes you better than most.
Yes. But I think it just, and then I think it's like a dumb argument because like, yeah, it would be bad if it was the other way, but that movie doesn't exist.
Right.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
But they're saying like, well, if it's bad that way, then it has to be bad this way. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like there's nuance.
And there's like something called fun that we deserve to have.
Yeah.
Maybe we should let things kind of be themselves sometimes. Let's take chances, or else we're going to have a very gray world.
It was a good movie.
It was. Will I watch it again?
No.
I think I'll watch it in like random parts on TV, even though I don't have TV really. But you know what I mean.
I watched that, the Man-Eater. So,
yeah.
Because that one was like, what movie am I in? That was good.
Ivan, the movie of the week, though, is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, directed by James Mangold, written by Jez Butterworth, John Henry Butterworth, David Cope, James Mangold himself. Ivan, David Cope, though, he's I think I discussed him when we were talking about The Flash. He like wrote a script for The Flash, but he's written like scripts from everything like Jurassic Park to Batman movie XYZ. What is it with like some of these screenwriters that just like are able to get credit for writing movies that kind of seem like they can be written by anyone?
These are the writers that will be killed by AI.
Got them.
Respectfully.
Ivan, the premise of this movie, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Indy's back.
Is
Oh, kind of.
Barely.
He's barely back. He's like around 80 years old. He has a pretty good body, if you ask me. And he's retiring from his job as a professor. But in comes Wombat, his goddaughter, asking him for one last ride.
Was she in the other movies? Like the daughter?
No.
Or is this like completely new?
It's
Like, is this the first time he says Wombat ever in this
Yes.
movie? Okay. I thought like I missed something.
nah, you're new.
Oh,
You're new to it,
okay.
as is everyone.
Yes.
Ivan, the cast of this movie is Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Helena Shaw, Mads Mikkelsen as Jurgen Voller. What do you think about the name Jurgen?
It's like, it's good, but at this point it's cliche. Like, it's a good villain name, but now everyone, like, you hear that name, like, oh, that's a villain.
I was thinking of it more so like, can I name my baby boy
Jurgen?
Jurgen?
I wouldn't.
I was thinking also Chamberlain. What do you think about the name Chamberlain? Hey, Chamberlain.
Named after one of the greatest, Wilt. I know a lot about him.
You're an NBA historian, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. When are you going to get your certification for that?
When
It arrives in the mail.
when it prints out.
Antonio Banderas as Ronaldo.
Random.
John Rice Davis as Salah. Toby Jones as Basil Shaw. Boyd Halbrook as Kleber. Marion Ravenwood is back in this as Karen Allen. I think that's it for now. Ivan, the director of the movie is James Mangold.
Logan.
These are his films, yes. We got Heavy, Copland, which I really want to see. Girl Interrupted. Have you heard of that movie? Angelina Jolie and Winona Ryder. Kate and Leopold, Identity, Walk the Line.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
310 to Yuma.
Heard.
I've always wanted to watch that, but never enough to actually click on it.
Yeah.
Night and Day. Remember that movie?
With Heath Ledger?
Tom Cruise. And
Cameron
Diaz.
Yes.
Never watched it either. The Wolverine.
Really?
Logan.
What?
Ford versus Ferrari.
Okay.
And this one.
Pretty stacked.
It's stacked, but it's kind of random.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, my question to you. What's his thing? What's James, like, you think of James Mangold, you look at this filmography, you watch this film. What's the Mangold's philosophy? Or does he have one?
I think just like give him the good script and he's gonna nail this direction.
Gotcha. It's like you give him the ball, you surround him with good players.
Yeah.
And he's about to dunk on your ass.
Yes.
Like Charles Barkley.
The round bound to rebound.
That sounded really bad, but I'll give it to you. Yeah, I agree with that. It's also like we've had directors like this where you don't need to necessarily have your vision set. You're just like, I can do anything and I do it good. Kind of like I'm probably gonna get killed for this, but House of Gucci director Ridley Scott, like wide gamut of movies and types, but he can nail any kind. One thing about our boy Mangold, I want to say Manigold, I don't know why. He's gonna make the new Star Wars film, one of the 3 Star Wars films coming out. It's gonna be the premise is the Dawn of the Jedi. Does that tickle your pickle at all?
Seem like primitive, like he.
Knights of the Republic, I think.
I'm picturing caveman Jedi.
Caveman Jedi, yeah, could be that too.
Instead of like the fire, it's like. Never mind. I want that. Sure, but I don't trust Disney anymore in any way.
Well, the recent thing they did is like Kathleen Kennedy, who no one should really talk about other than she basically is the head of Star Wars. She's like, we want to make Star Wars prestigious again, so less movies, and it's gonna take longer for us to watch them. Who knows if that makes it any better? Whatever. He's also tied to Swamp Thing, and the Gunner is saying, "Yeah, I think you're gonna make the Swamp Thing."
Good.
So we'll see where that goes. He says he wants to make it like a Frankenstein.
Good.
You're welcome, Ivan. Here at Peliculas with the Bros, we like to look at how the sausage was made, and everyone is dying to know how Indiana Jones was made.
Yes.
Think to make it short, this is the fifth movie in the filmography of what is it called? The universe.
Oh, I was like pentalogy.
This is the Indiana Jones multiverse, and this is the fifth film of it. We have Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. Ivan, any fond memories with any of those?
In retrospect, 4 is pretty good.
Have you seen it recently?
No.
I want to watch it.
Just the end scene I remember. Like I saw a little clip of it with like the alien like boom, boom, boom. Like it was like spinning and then all the skeletons
For some reason when you did that, I knew exactly the scene you're talking about. That's
how good it is.
Wow. A lot of people don't like Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls though.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I think it's not the best, obviously. But I liked it more than this one.
Ivan. Okay, we'll get to that. Raiders of the Lost Ark. What if, like the original trilogy, like
it's 'cause I don't really remember the plot of them. I know if I watch them, I'll be like, wow, this was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think like Raiders of the Lost Ark is considered like one of the greatest films of all time.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's before our time, right?
Yeah.
And you can say that about Star Wars, but we know like all about Star Wars for some reason. I think something about Indy was kind of a miss for me as a youth.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one I watched the most was Temple of Doom. The one when they're in India, I think.
Yes.
Or whatever. And the slave labor, the kids labor, and like the beating heart stuff. But I want to rewatch all of them. Will I ever? Who knows? I have a kid now. Lucas and Spielberg, though, this is actually this is the crazy thing about Indiana Jones, because George Lucas, our boy Georgie Porgy, and Spielby Wheelby. This is Indiana Jones is like a love child that they made,
right?
And originally, Spielby was like, I want to make James Bond, and Lucas said, hold my beer, I have something better.
Dun, 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 dun.
Indiana Jones.
Wow.
First of all, that's kind of a crazy story. Second of all, the cojones on...
He's like American. Oh, not really.
He is, yeah. He's the American James Bond.
He's just not as put together because Indiana Jones is sweaty.
American.
There you go. You're right.
Because you think of the Brits and you're like, oh, so posh, so proper. Americans are like, I sweat, I stink, but I get the job done, and I make money.
True.
And also the vision of Lucas to be like, I'm in it to make bucks, and I don't want to copy no IP. I'm here to make my own IP. He's the OG of this, you know. And to think about at that time, you have Georgie Porgy,
right,
and Spielby Wheelby, Jaws, Close Encounters, right, and then you also have Star Wars. The creators of these two are making a movie. Yeah. The only analogy I can even try to
Jay-Z and Kanye.
But that's you beat me right there.
Oh, what was yours?
I'm thinking just directors.
Oh.
And it would be Coogler and Peele being like,
oh,
Let's do something.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And to think about that, like imagine tomorrow we hear Coogler,
Uh-huh.
Peel,
Huh?
they're gonna make something.
I don't know. I wouldn't be too excited.
Well, at least you're honest. Well, to me, if Peel's like, I wrote something,
Mm-hmm.
Coogler, he's gonna direct it, I would be like, sign me. And then like the
Pass.
actor,
Mm.
like, I mean, obviously you would want like Chadwick Boseman, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what if
yeah,
they
yeah.
just joined up and made a movie? It would be awesome. Like we said earlier,
Tarantino, Zack Snyder.
oh god,
What?
that's like, oh, that's like getting like a hot dog and trying to put Oreo cookies on it.
Okay. Aaron Sorkin, Zack Snyder. They are making.
Wait, we said this like last week where we used Sorky and then we got someone else and it was way better.
So, what's your point?
Snyder, get Snyder out of here.
Ah.
We talked earlier about Crystal Skulls. People didn't like it. The interesting thing about that movie is it was had Shia LaBeouf. He was the heir to the throne, but he spit on that throne and he probably spit on a woman too. Don't take you to court, Shy.
He's a good guy.
This movie is the first Disney and Lucasfilm ever created. For Indy, sorry. This is the first indie film that's Disney
Lucasfilm.
and Lucasfilm.
Okay.
Kind of crazy. This is the first movie that isn't directed by Spielberg. This movie has a ton of rewrites. Lucas didn't want to be a part of this movie at all. For some reason. I don't know. Don't ask me. Mangold hired. And this is the interesting thing, too. He's friends with Ford before this film. And Ford was like, you should get this Mangold guy to Spielberg.
Really?
So I think Mangold has that thing like...
I don't get Harrison Ford's thing. Like, he seems crotchety, but he did this. Like, does he just love this character that much? But then...
Wait, what do you mean, like, you don't get why he's back, or you don't get his whole persona at all?
I don't get why he's back. Like, is he just so... Like, if I were him, I'd be like, where did he kind of mess up with 4? I don't really think a 5th without George Lucas or Spielberg. Like,
so he's been adamant that the last movie wasn't a good send-off. He wanted the last movie to be a send-off.
Oh.
But it wasn't a good send-off. But there has been a Ford resurgence as of late. He has like 2 TV shows. He has like that.
He's working.
He's working right now.
Yeah.
Why? Does he have someone to pay? Does he owe someone money? Who knows? But he's working. And he's making big bucks. He's like one of the biggest actors ever. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's not like my guy, but he was some people's guy.
Yeah.
He's just not my guy. What do you think about Shy being written out completely without spoiling anything? Like,
I mean, I don't like it, but I don't know.
Shy's a weird guy, you know?
Yeah. I don't think he would have came back either way.
Yeah, when the last film came out, he was like, we messed up. Spielberg didn't know what to do with me. And Spielberg hates him now, so.
I mean, good on him.
Yeah. Phoebe casted. I know you had high hopes for her. Don't say anything.
Had? I still do. I don't know.
You had high hopes for her in this film.
Yes.
When she was casted, everyone assumes she's like the heir to the throne, though. Will she or won't she? We'll talk about that in a bit. Lastly, this movie cost $300 million to
all
make.
that CGI for young Harrison Ford.
To put this into perspective, it's the biggest Indiana Jones, most expensive Indiana Jones. Something crazy, though. The most expensive film ever made, Force Awakens, $400 million. That's so much freaking money.
That's so wrong. Like, if the other Star Wars were made for however much, like, that should have been their budget in this time. and then just be smart with it. Because like those are pretty timeless. Obviously, George Lucas edited it like in the future, so it's like more modern.
Yeah.
So maybe tack on another 10 million or something.
Yeah.
But still, like 400 million for something that was just,
Even this film, 300 million.
it's not good. I'm excited for them to lose money.
Think about like Get Out as well. Like Get Out was like 2 million or whatever, or 20
Yeah.
million, whatever it was. Made like 200 million. You make a freaking modern masterpiece.
I think they'll learn. No, wait, no, they won't.
No, no one learns. Evan, enough lily-gagging. What did you think of Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny?
It's good.
I thought it was good fun.
Bit much, don't you think?
That one extra word is like,
Yeah.
"Geez, relax, buddy." Explain yourself.
It's like not technically bad, but I was just watching it. I wasn't engaged. I was like, all right, they're going there. They found this. Obviously, this isn't what they need. There's gonna be something else. Yep. Next place,
Right.
next set piece. And I don't. I'm not knocking that formula because I think people come to Indiana Jones for like that little formula,
Yeah.
just so they want to see him, like that vibe.
Yes.
But if you're gonna do a fifth one, like it has to be better. You know,
Okay. Yeah.
like it's not enough to just hit a baseline, which I think is like their goal. Like, well, let's AI generate this plot line, which is what it kind of feels like. And they did it, and it's technically good because it's following the path. But is mediocrity the goal?
I would push back. Like you are completely right that this movie does follow the typical big set piece to begin with. Calm down. Set piece again. Calm down. Set piece. Fine.
All right.
And then it's over.
Yes.
Yes, it does that. But it executes on all of those set pieces pretty well.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're also right that it is a basic plot and like it could be AI generated, but there were moments of like emotional baggage with Indy reflecting on his past and all that, and delivered pretty well by an aging 80-year-old man.
Yeah. But like he's also old. Like
Yeah.
I don't really want to see him like that.
Yeah.
Not that like he shouldn't be sad, but like shouldn't he should have had peace 40 years ago, not when he's 90. Like that's so
But that's a good story, like to be like, damn, this guy, he didn't have a good life after all.
But I don't think
he
he doesn't deserve that. Like story wise.
Yeah.
Like he was never like I got it with James Bond with the last one.
Yeah.
Like he needed to die because like you got to kill that macho man, treat women badly. Like that's like he deserved it in a way. But he was always a good person. Like maybe I had to rewatch. Maybe he was kind of shitty before.
Mm-hmm.
But
I get you.
He needed, like he should have had his son and wife like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I get that.
I
didn't even think about that.
It's unfair. It's unfair.
Yeah.
Even if he got it at the end, it's like, all right, you finally learned it at 90.
It's also crazy too, like now that we're talking about age, that in The Last Crusade with Sean Connery, I think Sean Connery was younger than Harrison Ford is in this movie. You know?
Yeah. Oh.
Like
okay.
how old was Sean Connery in Last Crusade? He was probably like 75, 70 something.
Yeah.
And then freaking Harrison Ford is 80 in this, punching people's lights out. How about like every punch sounding like like it sounded like Hulk. Like the first punch, just like
Yeah.
like
Even
damn.
like Phoebe when she punched, I was like, geez,
Yeah,
that was a man punching right there.
a man with like 20-pound fists.
Yeah.
Um, Phoebe was good in this.
Yeah.
Phoebe was good in this.
I think she was the best. But she played like the same character she did in her show,
yeah,
which I kind of knock a little. But
and you're knocking it,
yeah.
but
Just-
that's her, isn't it? It's kind of her.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, you're kind of like one note. That's like the I don't mean that like too negatively. I'm just saying like I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, I kind of even push back against that because, like, to me, she was kind of restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted her because her thing in Fleabag
Mm-hmm.
is like she's like really flirty,
Yeah.
and in this, like, there's moments where she's like flirty, but I wanted to be like just like all up
Get
on
over
the
it.
guys, and because like you could see that energy come like when she's talking to a guy, like she has like, hey,
Yeah.
how's it going?
Yeah.
And I wanted even more of that, but
It would have been interesting to see that with like that James Bond Indiana Jones vibe of like womanizing,
right,
but have a girl do it
yes,
and just really play it up and then just do that.
right,
It'll be fun.
yeah, because let's say she is the heir to this Indiana Jones. Or like, what if they like? Let's say they make Wombat and the Last Crusade. I don't know. She could be
Wombat.
She doesn't have to be the typical Indiana Jones character, you know.
Yeah.
She could be that flirty, like you're saying, the opposite way, being flirty with guys, and that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Ford is good in this. Like
The
I said.
kid.
What?
The kid.
The kid is good. Teddy. My question is like Teddy, the kid in this movie, him versus Short Round, who wins?
Short round.
Kicks his ass.
Easily. Like in a fight, short round. Don't.
Like in a scheme to. Okay, if you have to trust one of them, who are you gonna trust? Teddy could fly a plane into
Which is
giant
weird.
fissure.
Like I didn't really get Teddy. Like, is he a genius or something?
Teddy was a little. He was like, kind of normal, but I kind of liked his normalcy.
He reminded me of a less annoying kid from Black Adam.
Oh, that kid.
Like
If I can find that kid. No, I shouldn't say that.
if I can find, oh, never mind. He was there. Like it felt like, well, we need a short round. We need a classic. Let's put that guy in there. But
Yeah, now that you say that, like, I would have wanted him a little bit like funnier.
like a little.
Yeah. He was smart, but he was just kind of normal.
He was like a good guy to have on the team, but he wasn't like a character. Like, oh, I'm glad we have him. Like, what does he do? Well, he can fly a plane, he can drive, and he can pickpocket. But is he cool? I mean, he can fly the plane.
Stop asking questions. He flies the plane.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Like, he's a good teammate,
Yes.
which isn't bad, but it's like for entertainment. Like, what's the point?
Yeah. Question: is this a better back in time movie than The Flash? When we're just grading it on the back in time usage.
I think it was cooler, like how they went back in time.
Yeah. I do like that, like the design of how they go back in time, the design of the MacGuffin, like that concept of
Like a realistic, it could exist in this world sort of thing.
yes,
I liked it, yeah.
rather than like superpower. Yeah, I'm not in for that kind of stuff. The pace and the story of the movie were relatively good. I do like one thing I'll push back on, even on myself, is like I don't like a MacGuffin that leads you to another MacGuffin.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't like how it could. For me, it wasn't confusing, but it can be confusing. Like, okay, what are they getting now to get what? You know, and they never call it the Dial of Destiny. You know.
Yeah.
So you're trying to say that weird name, the Anakanadana?
Yeah, I don't even remember it.
So
It was too many. Like, I get they needed the other half, But then there's like that midpoint where it's like, well, we need the what was it? The diameter or something? Dynameter?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. Like, okay. I thought that's what was in there, like the other half. But it just felt like a middle 30 minutes just to lengthen it
Yeah.
and up the stakes.
Yep.
Another battle.
Mm.
They killed Antonio Banderas, and like they killed a lot of people for like it felt mean.
Yeah, when they killed like the teacher, I was like, "Oh Jesus,
It's like, obscene.
obscene! It's obscene."
Yes.
What is that from?
The last movie before this one.
Nope.
2 movies ago.
It was like 3.
3 movies ago. I don't remember.
What's the movie? The Master Gardener.
Yes.
Archimedes.
Random.
It
felt like a Marvel hero reveal, like if Tony Stark walked out, that sort of thing. But then it's like, I guess that's Archimedes. Like I don't have any ties to him at all.
Like I don't know what a Archimedes actually looks like.
Yeah.
Or nor does
Like I wasn't
anyone
like,
in the world.
oh my God,
Yeah.
they actually did it.
Yeah.
Archimedes, the man, the legend. Like I know the name, but it's not anyone. Like if it was Aristotle, maybe that's like that would have been a little cooler.
Yeah. Or Caesar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever. Sure.
And if Caesar was like George Clooney.
Yeah.
Hire us.
Yep.
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Math is kind of cool though, isn't it?
Math?
Yeah. Like
Oh.
in general.
Sure.
Like I love the idea of math, like being able to like
solve everything.
But at the same time, shit's hard, man. Like
not my problem.
12.12 times 12.12, forget about it.
Jesus Christ.
Let's rank the set pieces because I got them here, and I'll start from like the first one to the last one. We have the Nazi train sequence.
1.
That's number 1?
Probably.
That scene was really good. I liked just like the setting. And of course, like the war's over and you see like and then jumping from the train.
That was fun.
He's like, but my knobby knees.
I kind of didn't like that guy.
Yeah, me neither.
He's too like, I can't do anything but do math.
New York getaway with the horse. I love that. Like
When
being in New York is, you put in a movie, Adrian, New York, A+. Like you automatically get 2 points up.
I kind of lost it completely when it went into the subway.
You're like, all right.
It just felt like, well, first off, like that horse is just going to decimate his knees and shoulders and body.
Yeah. I was thinking like, what? It's poor feet.
Yeah.
I don't know how horse feet feel. Like
and then even on the tracks, like that's not like a flat surface.
Right.
I know it's nitpicky, but it just felt like, Jesus, like this would not work in any way. Like it's so lucky he actually did that.
Yeah.
It feels unrealistic.
Okay.
But I mean, movie, I guess.
Yeah. Moroccan go-karts.
That I don't like that.
Why?
It just felt like
Too much?
I've seen it so much before. Like maybe I think Fast and Furious has ruined cars for the next 30 years.
Thanks, Fast.
And these jalopies were amazingly strong for
jalopies.
Those little carts.
Oh, yeah.
They're rigged to like go anywhere, anyway.
They're freaking fast, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was just like you crank it and it was like, like no way that's real. Like I know it needs like an hour to get that head start.
Yeah.
And they crashed like a million times and still work. Put a gum on it.
I know the gum. I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
I wanted like they should have just kept going. Like it get blasts away and it's like them on like a little, and they're still going at the same speed.
Yeah.
I would want that more.
Deep diving in the ocean.
I guess it's like
I like the
eels.
That's scary.
Yeah, but it's like just cookie cutter scary. Like, well, they got to die for it. Eels. There's eels everywhere.
No. To me, this like I have this phobia of old. Like the older, the scarier it is to me. And they
Older.
were in an old like Roman
Oh yeah,
ship.
yeah.
Get the hell out of here! I would be so freaking scared. And you have to go even deeper and like open things. Like, ugh. Gross.
I don't know. I'm not a marine biologist, but it felt like there's too many eels. Like it was.
Kind of
There's
felt
almost like a million eels.
like what is this, Little Mermaid? Pissed them off. Dungeon crawl when they start going in the ear of
Oh yeah,
Dionysus.
sure. I don't know. Like it's not memorable. None of it was memorable.
I like the ear. I want to go to that ear.
I like the most memorable was when they're doing the echo.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to find it. That's when I was like, "Ooh, that's a little interesting," and then done. It was like 2 minutes of it less.
Lastly, the plane into the fissure.
That's when I was like, "Finally, we're getting somewhere. The movie's finally starting."
So is that better than the first scene with the Nazi train, or
I mean, I was excited, and then they went through, and when they realized where they were, I was like, "Oh, here we go, something."
uh-huh.
But then, like, it didn't feel like anything happened. Like, I didn't get anything from it.
Yeah, I do feel like when they were like getting shot at,
Hmm.
it did feel kind of cheesy.
Yeah, when the Nazis were shooting too, I was like, "Why? Like, what is that actual purpose? Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna kill all of them."
Shout out to that actor. I thought he was really good. Boyd Holbrook,
The
the henchman.
the white
Yeah,
guy?
the white guy.
Yeah,
He was good.
yeah. He was a good henchman,
Yeah.
but that's it.
Okay.
I won't give him more than that.
Okay. Fair. Um, does this mark the end of Indiana Jones?
It better.
The final scene has him reunited with his wife again, and the very final scene is him grabbing the hat from like a hanger, which to me kind of signals like I ain't done yet type of thing.
I don't want to watch old people act anymore
Ivan,
like this.
what about Anthony Hopkins in Armageddon Time when he almost made me cry?
I don't mind it when their character is old, but when they're
Yes.
like meant to be action heroes, it's almost like it's like unrealistic in an unfair way to people who are actually that age. Not that they're watching like, I wish I could do that. I'm sure they don't actually care, but it's just it's so out there now, far like weird, absurd sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was other movie that was old people it was kind of recent.
Ant-Man.
No, it's
Um,
like,
I'll give it to you right now.
well, one of them was the Scorsese one,
Scorsese.
the Irishman,
Okay. Like where they're doing.
like CGI over them.
Oh.
Like I didn't like that,
Bye-bye.
even though it like I think that was the best case for it. But
Uh-huh.
even that was like you could just tell they're old, and it's almost sad.
Yeah. To me it's more like it's in my head that he's 80 and
Yeah.
like when he punches someone I'm like can't believe it.
Yeah,
So it throws me off. So, I don't know.
like he should not be able to run really. I mean, I don't know any 90-year-olds. Maybe they're pretty active, but still.
80-year-olds can run and there's very few that can do it. But 80-year-olds can't knock out people with a punch. Well, actually, I think I've seen like an 80-year-old bench press like 225 on like on a random Instagram reel.
I don't trust the bones.
Ivan doesn't trust the bones.
No.
You heard it from him. Ivan, speaking about this maybe being the end of Indy, this movie is probably not gonna make that much money.
Good.
It's not projected to be a blockbuster,
Good.
which is good for you, bad for the owners of this.
Disney?
I mean, I'd rather have more Indiana Jones than Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. But how about we have neither?
What if we have Wombat?
If they do it right, like I like her character, but
Make it small scale, right? Like, do we need her like $300 million budget? No. Wombat and the Prince of Thieves. I don't know. Making up random names, but $50 million budget. Director Zack Snyder.
Sure.
Let's rank the best indies. Number 1.
That's tough. I think 3 is my favorite just because I like Sean Connery in there.
So Last Crusade. Okay. 2.
What's 2 called?
Temple of Doom, or Raiders of the Lost Ark, or Dial of Destiny.
I think it's 3. I think it gets better for me. So 3, 2, 1, 4, 5.
3. So Last Crusade is number 1 for you. Temple of Doom is number 2 for you. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark is number 1.
Yeah. Wait, no.
I mean, is number 3.
Yeah.
And number 4 is Kingdom. Number 5 is Dial. I would put
haven't rewatched them though, so
I would put Kingdom last, Dial of Destiny 4th, Temple of Doom 3rd. But I think Dial can beat Temple of Doom.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, if you just take them for what they are, Dial of Destiny is probably, like, a better film than Temple of Doom.
I have to rewatch.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
like, for just a straight up, like, no nostalgia. What is actually good? Dial of Destiny is not bad. And we'll just jump into our rating from here. Ivan, out of 5, what are the
whips?
Out of 5 whips. How many times are you gonna whip this film?
1, 2, 3.5.
I like how you're like dunking water on someone's head. I'll give it 1, 2, 3, 4.25. 4.25.
Wow.
I really like this film. I had fun. I watched it on Dolby Cinema. I was like right in the middle in the handicap section because I have my stroller there. So I use that seat.
Okay.
No one ever complains. I liked it. I was engaged.
Fair enough.
Ivan, the next movie, I think I should pick because like every time I ask you like 4, you're like, it's this movie. And that's like the past 3 movies. So I'm going to just name them and get
just
your temperature.
Pick. Okay.
Joyride, the comedy movie, the raunchy comedy that's coming out with the all-Asian cast.
Interesting, but worrying.
Mission Impossible pregame by watching the last Mission Impossible movie that came out.
And then boring.
Asteroid City.
Jeez. Old news.
And number 4, a critically heralded movie that came out this year and is in theaters. A romantic movie, a romantic drama.
Oh, is it like with 2 Asian people?
Past Lives.
Okay. So pick your poison. Dr. Jones.
My movie for next week is Past Lives.
Thank God.
Because I want to watch Astro City, but I don't think my wife will like watching that. And Joyride, it can wait.
I'm down for like finally a movie where it's just something simple. Even though I guess No Hard Feelings was simple.
Yeah, no, I'm down. I'm ready for a movie that's like maybe my brain can actually work now. Because
Like,
we've been watching dumb, stupid movies like The Flash.
Yeah.
And,
something like a little more heart. Something real.
yes. Something that might be
useful.
considered for an Oscar. Actually, Across is probably going to get an Oscar this year.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Ivan, it's time for Section Code.
Things and such.
Speaking of The Flash,
Some
$200 million loss, most likely. Biggest bomb of DC Warner Brothers.
Yep.
Good, right?
I mean, I'm pretty neutral. Like, it's not like they're gonna, whatever was gonna happen with this, they were still gonna do James Gunn's route.
Yes.
So it's like, this is like just what they get.
I really cannot wait, like, 15, 20 years from now, when all the teenagers of that time are like, The Flash, best movie ever.
Sleeper hit.
Sleeper hit.
Sleeper hit.
Whatever like social media 3D thing, holographic thing that's out there, they're gonna make like reels or whatever version of whatever that is, and it's gonna be like low key.
They won't say low key anymore.
They'll be like zoopity doop. Kind
Like
of
Xenon the sequel.
kind of was aclo.
See this Lapidas.
Oh man, I wish that was real, man. I wish that was real. Ivan, Mattel.
Barbie's
coming out soon, but Mattel's going all in on their IP. There's gonna be a Barney movie.
Wasn't it by like somebody weird?
It's Daniel. It's the guy from Get Out, the actor. The guy that played Spider.
No, but who's directing?
No one attached yet.
Interesting.
But they want to make it like
Gritty.
A24 low budget.
Okay.
And there's He-Man coming out.
All right.
There's another movie that's like Tom Hanks starring, and it's like an astronaut toy. So
Buzz Lightyear?
What?
Buzz Lightyear?
It's what Buzz Lightyear's based off of.
Isn't that what Lightyear is?
No, Buzz Lightyear is based off this toy that they're making a movie out of. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
That's ugly.
The point is Mattel's going all in.
Yeah.
IP is getting scavenged for
Milked.
bits and pieces. Milked. The teats are being just run dried.
That's a cow.
I have mixed opinions on this because, like, part of me is like, if you do it well,
Do it.
but
If you
most
don't.
likely they won't do it well.
Yeah.
Like, odds are these movies aren't going to be that.
I'm like,
Because Barbie's going to be amazing,
yeah.
but everything else is going to be shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good. It's going to be like what Nolan did with Batman. Like, Nolan does Batman well,
Oh.
and then every other DC movie sucks.
Yeah. I just want them, like, just do it so you could fail and see what the right way is. Because I think, like, we're starting to get to a point. Like, I think Indiana Jones is, like, a good sign of, like, how about you just do something a little fresher? Like, just something fresh.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, the fresh things are what's selling in the box office now.
Yep.
And the milk stuff, the stuff that, like, is kind of AI generated, that's the stuff that's dying. That's not really selling. And then the flashes here just not selling because it's weird.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll see. Because, like, this, I mean, Mattel, is it fresh?
What is?
Like, is the Mattel IP fresh? Would you consider it fresh? Or is it, like, how you tell it is fresh?
Yeah. I mean,
Gotcha.
I'm sure Barbie's fresh. Like,
That thing's fresher than fresh. That's like shrink wrapped fresh.
indeed.
Ivan, our boy Zack Snyder, he's up to no good.
Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon coming out on Netflix. I don't know when. He's like,
He's kind of like psychotic. Like, I'm getting vibes.
yeah, very psychotic. And I have a blurb for you. Zack Snyder has an expansive movie and TV plans for Rebel Moon, with the 450-page Bible of universe lore, and a timeline that expands well beyond the initial two-part Avenger.
What do you mean? Initial 2-part?
So it sounds like this is like a two-part movie.
And then like a show with it?
And he has plans for like more movies. Like I said, 450 page.
Let's get the first movie out, Zach. Let's slow down. Let's be realistic, one at a time. See how it goes.
Like for me, this to me sounds like just disgusting. Like, I don't like when people do that. When people are like,
oh, like ultra planning it?
yeah. Because that never really works out well. Like, when have you ever heard of someone like, I have the whole universe ready, and here's number one?
Well, hold on. I agree, but Mr. Robot was like that. Like, the whole series was already written.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn, what a psycho.
But I think that's like, I think he's just like one of the few who can do that, where he's like, he's just writing it out, writing it out,
Yeah,
writing
he's
it
a
out.
writer though,
Yeah.
right?
And like towards the end, he's like, okay, I finally have it. And he just has like a very good vision of what to do. But I don't think everyone can do that.
Also, another guy that's like that is James Cameron with like Avatar.
Oh yeah.
But
hold on, let's
he's
relax.
like the guy that can do it.
Yeah.
I think he's what Zack Snyder should like really try to study.
Yeah.
But he's missing something there.
And the way, like, I saw, I don't know the exact quote, but like he said, like the movies he wants, he hasn't seen. They're like he wants like ultra violence, like super sexually graphic. Like nobody does that. Like you don't have to do that.
Who wants that?
Yeah, like
What's your market?
I mean, I'm sure there's people who like the violence. Like I'm not knocking violence. Well, I mean, not that it's good, but
yeah.
For him to say like, oh, I want like ultra violence, I want something crazy, like it just sounds like just because nobody's done it, that doesn't exactly mean it should be done.
Yeah, and that's kind of like niche, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're writing a 450-page sci-fi extreme violence bibliography, whatever. That's like only 5 people in the world really want that. Or I shouldn't say 5, but
yeah.
Netflix isn't your cup of tea. It's probably more like a low-budget horror film type of status thingy.
This feels weird. Like even now, like Thor, Love and Thunder, when the kids were fighting, I was like getting kind of sick of this violence. Like
that for me that was like nothing, but you like really hinge on that.
Well, just like the kids are in danger and like they could actually really, really die. And like if they were like invincible, then that's one thing. But if they're like soldiers, it's like, here you go, kid, here's a gun. You better win. Like
I don't know. I totally understand what you're trying to say, but it doesn't even like matter.
Phase you?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't die. Well, not like that, but Ivan, Oppenheimer.
I'm ready. Can I watch Oppenheimer first and then Barbie after?
Really?
Yep.
I thought it was Barbie during the day, Oppenheimer at night.
You would think that.
Oh.
You would think that, but no.
Well, yeah, you need to sleep correctly at night, right? So
yes.
You watch Barbie as like a...
Oppenheimer is like, it opens your mind to see like the disgustingness of humanity. And then once you're at your worst, your lowest, you're like, Barbie,
I need you.
You save me.
Go buy a Barbie at Target, just like hold it. This is for us, Barbie.
Then you watch Barbie and everything's all right. It's like two polar opposites, and then finally it brings you in the middle. Makes you a whole human being.
A whole damn human being.
Yeah.
But I bring it up because I saw something on the interwebs where it's like, you know how in AMC they give you the popcorn buckets, the special collectibles? And I saw one and I thought it was real, and it was like a nuclear bomb bucket, but it's fake. But imagine
like the popcorn is
the popcorn, and then but in a nuclear bomb.
Oppenheimer
bucket.
I was thinking like the explosion.
No.
And then like the popcorn's like the top.
But isn't that like kind of like sadistic, like eating popcorn out of a nuclear bucket?
I'm gonna do that. Whatever they're selling that day, I'm gonna get it.
But I don't think they are doing that.
But
like,
they have to, maybe something like.
But isn't that like a lot of people die with a nuclear bucket? You shouldn't be eating popcorn out of it.
True. I mean, if it happened, I don't think Nolan would have approved of it.
Right.
He's like, well, I don't have control what theater, so I think that's what the thing is.
Well, it's branded. Like, it's going to have Oppenheimer on it.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how.
I'd rather have like a Barbie Ken doll that I can eat out
Barbie's head.
Have you watched any movies?
I saw Flight today.
Oh, how was it?
Pretty good. It's an old movie, it feels now.
Zemeckis, right?
Yes.
And our boy Denzel.
Yes.
Denzel.
Yes.
Denzel in Distress.
Yes. It was good, but it's like it's such a movie. Like it does.
Yeah.
Like it's not compared to what movies are today. Like they're a lot more realistic, like just dialogue and stuff. Like there's points where like the girl was like, watch the sunset, watch the sunrise since dawn. it looks so different. Like, all right, nobody
No one
says
talks
that.
like that.
Yeah.
That reminds me, like, I was watching. We actually were able to watch an hour of a movie last night.
Mm-hmm.
So we picked Air.
Oh,
And
okay.
that movie, too, feels like such
A
a
movie.
movie. Where you're just like, this did not happen like this at all. But it makes for a good, like
in the trailer, there's like when what's his face says Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Jordan. Like, all right.
No, yeah. Because, like, in the movie, they're like, who are we making a shoe for? And he's like, he turns around and he's like, Michael Jordan. I'm like, oh, shut up. He
Like-
didn't do that.
The guy should have been like, who? Who the heck is that?
He should just, like, dropped everything, like,
Michael Jordan. Just cry on the spot.
So you didn't watch that movie?
Nah, I don't think I like it. I mean, I'm sure I'll like it, but I won't enjoy it.
It's very, like, it's so cookie cutter, but it's so good in its cookie cutterness, you know?
Yeah,
But it's not
nothing
worthy
new.
of watching it. But it's on Amazon Prime.
If it was like on a plane, I think that's like the perfect movie.
Yeah, it is. That's a perfect plane movie. Good call.
I think Ben Affleck, that's his talent. Plane movies. Like,
Yeah. Gone
imagine
Girl.
meeting him. You're like, you're the best plane movie director ever.
So anything about you on a plane?
Chef's kiss.
Anything else you watch?
Nah, not really.
Television? The strike is still going, which is like I thought about that today. I'm like, the strike is still happening.
Good.
That's like no content being created in the past like 5 months now.
Good.
Yeah, I mean not good for the poor strikers who like.
Don't they get paid from the
I don't
union?
know.
Because when we had a union thing at my work, at my old work, like they said if you strike and don't work, we'll pay you. It's like, oh, that's cool. I still work though, because that felt weird. I didn't like. It feels weird.
Yeah.
But maybe they are doing that. Maybe that's the point of the union dues.
Yes.
But I mean, I hope. Like, I hope this really like squeezes like Netflix and all of them to like, oh, writers really, really matter, because Netflix is churning out this poop butter.
Well, I also imagine it's gonna be like, kind of what is it called? A COVID effect, where it's like, people start like they start watching old stuff. Like, oh, you know what movie's really good? You know, like this 1998 film, You've Got Mail. Has anyone watched You've Got Mail? It turns out it's really good. Yeah, we can rewatch old stuff and be fine with it.
Yes.
We don't need what'd you call it? The
Poop butter?
poop butter of a movie that's starring a guy that I've never met.
Just freshly churned out poop butter.
Yeah. Oh God. Like I hate when like the biggest show, I mean like the most streamed show ever on Netflix is like the most basic show ever made. Oh, man, I won't even get into it. I'll go into a whole rant.
Is Netflix the Drake of
No.
Oh,
Netflix is like Lil Durk.
what's Drake? What is he?
Drake is
Don't tell me HBO Max. He's Max.
he's Max now.
There we go.
Video games. Anything?
I'm gonna start playing some.
I heard something. There's something. I made a Blender model.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Easier than I thought. And like kind of rewarding to see the final thing. Like, oh, that actually looks like something that could be a toy or something.
I played with it for like 2 minutes. Like, it was a sphere. Like, and then I just like pushed in the like, oh, that's
Yeah.
cool, and then done.
I followed a tutorial of how to make like a cute character.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this thing is cool. Because I want to use it for an app that I want to make where it's like a basketball application
Mm-hmm.
where you can see like a player and his like stats and what he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted like a 3D model of the player.
So
But-
you like spin them.
Yeah, so the spin him.
That's gonna be so hard.
Why?
Like just modeling each character.
No, so like my plan is like
AI.
you make one character
Mm-hmm.
as like the prototype, right? You make one character. I was thinking about AI too. You make one character, you make the mock-up, you make the design, you make the website, and I posted on Reddit on the NBA like, hey guys, this is like my concept. Now I need help.
Hi guys, lend me your energy.
No, I need modelers who can make this.
Well, I think you could.
I've looked into the AI stuff. It's kind of shitty for what I like. I need like a real thing.
Make it. This genless. Make it.
Got it. I mean, it is possible with AI to like generate like 450 characters.
Scan it and then.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm
Just-
sure I'll find something like.
Because I know the only reason I know it's gonna suck is because with Pokemon, like the reason, like how big Pokemon is, like the company, the reason they released one of their games without like 500 Pokemon is because modeling is the most time intensive thing ever for them.
Yeah.
And people got mad, like, why can't they just release them all? Like they literally can't do it because it's just so much. And
Yeah, doing this made me realize, like, damn, imagine having to make like an intricate character. Like my guy's like, it's just a head, and it's very basic. I mean, I'll show you right now. It's basic enough, but I would imagine making
maybe if
something
it's
like
stylized, like NBA Jam stylized.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay,
Like I'm not trying to make it anything
photorealistic.
Like if I try to make it realistic, it'd be crazy. Let me show you my guy.
Show me my guy.
It's just his head. Hold on, let me zoom in.
That's a guy.
Looks good, right?
Yeah.
And just I'll put on his jersey and it'll be good. And then I'm like, okay, guys, I need
You should learn
every NBA player.
You should learn, what's it called? Caricature art.
Yep.
Because they're really good.
Of stylizing it.
Yeah. While still making it look like them.
Yeah. It'll happen. Bye. Bye, guy. Music. Our boy, Lil Uzi Vert.
I saw the pics. Oh no!
I listened to the album.
Wait, it's out?
Yeah.
Pink Tape?
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're kind of excited.
Well, tell me.
It's not good.
Really?
It's not good. He like and I knew it was gonna happen. He just fell off. Like he lost his originality. Like what I like about Uzi, or what I liked about him, was like him always looking for different melodies.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, he kind of let go of the melodies.
Mm.
And then he's trying to do this thing where he's trying to do the what's his name?
Juice World.
No, the other guy.
X.
No.
That's
Playboy Cardi.
Oh.
Where he does this thing like he's trying to like rock mode, and it doesn't.
Any songs on there that are like, oh wow?
Honestly, no.
Dang.
And but that's like 33-year-old Adrian now. But still.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go check the pulse, see what they're saying.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. That sucks.
The one thing though that did catch my ear when I was listening to it was the song with Nicki Minaj. And only because like she has this one line that made me laugh out loud, where she says like my daughter is Republican. But she says it in a funny way, and it sounds good. And it made me think like this is what hip hop is missing. Just like a funny, like someone freaking funny. And I think Baby Keem and Kendrick kind of know that, and
I remember I was like, oh, this Kendrick album's gonna be just fun.
Yeah,
it was just opposite. He gave up on us.
Exactly.
But I think that's the next thing, where you're just having fun making music you love, which is kind of insane because that's what you're supposed to do.
And you also have to be knowing, like that's what Baby Keem is good, because like he knows that it's kind of stupid, all of this.
Yeah.
And you can kind of hear the irony when he raps. But no one is really ironic other than that. Like Uzi Vert, honestly, that's the thing that pissed me off. Like he's still rapping about the same thing.
He doesn't know what to do. He's probably so lost. It's insane. Put that hat right.
Does it bother some? Hold on.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, I wonder like what's he gonna do for the next however many years he's going. Like he's only what, like 27?
Reality show. That's where they're all going, you know? They all just like...
That's so sad.
Yeah. And then they'll just do like concert, like randomly I was looking at Plies.
Okay,
him?
yeah.
And he has like 1 million followers still. I'm like, what does he do? And he does put out music, but it's like people that never stop listening to him. And it's probably like 30,000 people. And that's all he needs.
Probably do well in like clubs, like
small clubs.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, just, well, we got.
And that's what Uzi Vert's going to, that's what all these rappers are going to do.
But what, till they're like 80?
I don't know, man.
It's just like, I don't know. I fear for them.
You should. Ivan, any basketball news? Any deep dives?
Heard about Wemby's bodyguard punching Britney Spears.
Okay.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Which is such a random news. Like, all right. Like, it's weird that I don't care. I don't think anyone cares. It's sad that she got hit, but such a random, like, I don't know. Like, she's Britney Spears. Like,
I'm sure, like, but the thing is, like, he doesn't have anything to do with that, honestly.
I know, but it's like, it's just weird. Like, he's not even in the NBA. Like, he hasn't started anything, and he already has like 20 bodyguards. Like, I saw, like, since he was 15, he had this strict regimen of this diet,
yeah.
making. I'm like, this sounds kind of depressing. Like, they're just like perfecting the perfect baller.
You should have. You should listen to like, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't, but he had this interview with the podcast, and they asked him like, "You have all this pressure, and don't you feel it? Like, don't you feel kind of stressed out?" He's like, he sounded so enlightened, and it sounded sincere. He's like, honestly, no, because I try to remember that I'm doing what I love, and I love to do this, and I try to be free, like. I want to be free in my mind and free in this universe and know that I can do anything.
Right.
And the way he sounded
sincere
and humble. Yes, it is kind of disgusting that a lot of kids do that too, like train off their ass, but
it's like it feels no longer fun. Not that I'm the oldest basketball fan ever.
Man, when I was a kid, it used to be about the fun stuff, you know?
I mean, just
dunking the ball.
I mean,
putting the ball in the hoop. Where did that go?
Times have changed. Like, just generally of like perfecting something, and I get like the competitiveness of like, oh, I got to be the best, and like working on it. Then like just any craft in general. But when it's like, you have just the perfect formula to being perfect, and all you have to do is, like, it's already been solved for you, and you just have to do it. Like, what is that?
I don't think it's like that. Like, then everyone would do it.
Aren't they?
Because, like, there's hundreds. Like, the thing that makes Wemby special is that he's actually, he did all the things that he needed to, but he's actually talented. And
also, he's not that fast, is he? Like, when I see him play, he's like, and he's dangly too.
I love your takes. Like, they're just so like, he's not fast and he's dangly. Okay, everyone, calm down.
Just like, I want to see like that twitch movement where you can like.
So yeah, it's not about that. He's like, for his height and his for his height, he's extremely skilled with the ball.
Yeah.
Like, he can dribble the ball.
But like one dribble, it takes like an hour.
No, I mean, he's not Ant-Man where he's like,
like, I'm like, my fear for this beautiful game that in like 20 years, it's going to be everyone at his height, just like, because they found the perfect formula for basketball. Because that happens with everything. Like, iterate until like
Yes.
it's perfect.
Yes.
And obviously there's luck involved with having the genetics and everything. But now that you find like those two parents, they're both 7 feet tall. Let's cultivate this kid to be even taller.
Well, imagine they're working on the CRISPR stuff where it's like CRISPR is like that thing where you can order
gene
your baby.
splicing and stuff. But it's like it just
like you're gonna be able to order a 7-foot baby with 300-pound bench press day one out the womb.
yeah. That's their grunts.
And then do calculus like on the side.
But it feels boring. Like the calculating side where it's like, because Winning Time, when there's like that jazz scene where like he's explaining how basketball's like jazz.
Yeah.
Like when it gets calculated this way, where you understand how to win by like, well, it's most efficient to make 3-pointers from this point, so we should train everyone to do it from this point. Like, sure, you'll win, but is it even fun anymore? Like, isn't the fun just like that mind game of like going against somebody and then going left, they go right or whatever, and then weaving in and out?
Your beautiful game is getting dismantled. You'll never.
It's not the same anymore, Adrian.
You're like, I've watched so many YouTube videos where I learned so much. Oh, it's okay. We'll figure it out. Wemby's gonna be fine. You'll like him. I'm sure you like him.
I'll watch. I'm gonna watch now.
Okay.
Not like this is.
It's time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And who's your team?
Whatever Wemby is.
The Spurs.
I'm a Spur.
Good old Spurs.
I'm choosing either. I don't actually care, but either Brooklyn Nets because I'm the Brooklyn baby, or the Golden State
Warriors
because California.
What about Lakers?
I don't like LeBron. Remember, I respect him.
Sacramento Kings.
I hate Sacramento. I actually really don't like Sacramento.
Why?
Because it's like the capital for no reason.
Oh yeah.
We should be the capital.
What about the Clippers? They used to be from San Diego.
I saw like a video of like the origin of all the basketball teams. I think we had like 3 basketball teams at one point. Like, and they're all yeah.
Like, we're out of this dump.
It's crazy. We can't hold a sports team, huh?
Nope.
Do you have a theory on that, or are we just too?
We'll get there eventually. San Diego's growing in population, so once we have enough.
But aren't we huge? Like, what's?
We're not that big
compared to like these cities.
And LA's too close, so LA just attracts more.
Oh,
teams. It's the market share thing.
Oh, like, well, there's LA and San Diego. LA's established. Why don't we just do LA? Okay, so we got to really. We should team up with
we should just like
Tijuana.
get all the Mexicans down here more.
Tijuana, they need a team.
They're gonna do a Mexico City team, maybe.
Tijuana, Chihuahuas.
They have that team. The Cholos. I was like the Chololos.
Chololos.
Ivan, any last words? It's getting late.
No.
So next week we'll be back. We'll be doing past lives. It'll be a lot more chill. Hopefully we'll give this movie a good 4.5 out of 5.
I hope so. I need just a hit, like no questions asked. Hit.
Make me cry.
At least.
Okay. We'll be back next week. Peace out.
Bye.